Does an expensive laser level actually work better than a cheap Amazon knockoff? I'm comparing a no-name laser to a premium Stabila on accuracy, durability, and visibility. The results might surprise you or confirm what you already were thinking. So what we have here is a premium Stabila laser. It's a green laser with a multiple axis and some different features that are usable from the side of the laser. There's also a rechargeable battery that comes with it. You can get additional batteries so that if you run out of battery, you have an extra one that you can just dump in. It comes with a charger and a case and a couple other magnetic features, so on and so forth. And then this little guy here is called a Prizio, and we found this on Amazon. It came with its own little tripod. It doesn't have a replaceable battery. It plugs into the wall and you charge it with a USB cable that you supply. Two different models. Just thought we'd charge them up and put them up against the wall and see what we end up with. So the Stabila model is the LAX 500G. It's a great laser, and we use it especially outdoors some days when you really need to see something. Green usually shows up better than red. I've not used this one here. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to compare the two and see what the differences are between a $50 laser and a $500 laser. So you can find the 500G for between like $469 and $530 on the internet. I think Acme Tools is a place I looked up. Amazon might be another, but any retailer, reseller usually has a lot of the Stabila products. The reason I like Stabila so much, it's super durable, it's very rugged, it's usually high-end, German-made, IP65 rated, all that good stuff, and it is very accurate. So I'm gonna fire both these off. They're both on a pendulum system, so once you unlock the housing, then there's a pendulum that it basically is kind of like a plumb bob type style effect where there's something on the inside of the laser that balances it always at level. So if you tilt this too much, or if it's not in a certain amount of plumb before you start, then the laser won't work. I'm gonna go ahead and fire these up, and let's just take a look. Okay, so you can see I turned this one on, and you can kind of see how the laser, if I bump it, you can see how things move around. And we're doing a horizontal and a vertical line. This particular model does not have any type of a up or down indicator, which I've actually used in the past, so that kind of comes in handy. The 500G does have that, so I'm gonna fire that one off now as well. Okay, and you can see that the Stabila laser is a brighter laser just by looking at this wall. So let me get a vertical line going. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna move this really close to the other one, just so we can see how accurate they are. Okay, so I do see a discrepancy in these two lasers. The vertical lines look really close. The horizontal lines look a little bit off in my opinion. So over here, we have about a 1/4 inch between the Amazon one and the Stabila. So the brighter line is the Stabila. You can barely see the Amazon one right here. Now, if you're working indoors, maybe that's not such a big deal, but for working outside, it's kind of a big deal. Over here, we got a little bit more variance, a little over a 1/4 inch. We might be about 3/16. Let's see, I got a tape measure. Okay, we have just about a 1/4 inch in between these two lines on this side. Over here, we're 3/16. In a distance of 9 feet, there's a 1/16 inch variance between the horizontal line. Now, I would personally definitely trust the Stabila over an imported laser, but it's not a ton. But if you're hanging cabinets and things like that, you want something that's gonna be dead on accurate. And that's in 9 feet. So if you double that width in 18 feet, you could be off a full 1/8 inch, which is even worse, okay? So that's something to consider. Another thing is, if you're gonna be using this laser outside, what's it gonna do for durability in the weather? I've ran a different version of this laser, the Stabila LAR 350. I've ran it for 8 hours, a full day in the rain, fully exposed, no cover, and it ran like a champ, and it still works great. I can't say the same for this other brand. It already died. While we were trying to find out what the weather rating was on the other laser, it died. And here's the funny thing. Studio Man got me this for Christmas, and I charged it fully at Christmas almost 2 weeks ago. I put it away in the box. I brought it here, and it had a low battery signal. So I charged it back up this morning and then turned it on for this test. And by the time we got to the comparability test, the battery has already died on this. It is dead. So let me see if I can get the cable and get an extension cord and get it charging and see if it'll still run while it's charging. But the thing is, you have a cord hanging from the laser, which probably is gonna make it less accurate than if it's just sitting still. My hopes are a little low at the moment, but let me get this thing and let's just see if it'll work on a charge. Maybe it doesn't like the rain. I don't know. While we're comparing these lasers, something that this smaller model doesn't have, if you look on the ground, you can see a reference dot. So it's pointing a dot down below, and then above, you can see the dots shining above as well. That's a really cool feature to have. I've used that in my own personal for soffitting and things like that on an outside deck, and we wanted to have a straight point to choose from when we were building this soffit out. Having a surface reference point or a floor reference point sometimes is a really nice thing to have when you're doing tile and that kind of stuff. Is it worth an additional 500 bucks? It might be if it keeps you from messing up something on a job site. Also, battery longevity is far superior on this product. It might be a defective battery inside, but we can't replace it. We don't know. We have to just stick it to the wall and charge it. So let me get the charger and see if we can get this thing booted back up. All right guys, so we got her back booted up. What I did was I put a portable charging unit and then I took a USB cable and hooked it into the back of the device. We just did a little more research on this particular model and it is not recommended to use outdoors. So this is strictly more for interior use, but for today, we're using it outdoors, okay? Even though we have it plugged in to battery, you can see that the bright line is the Stabila and the dim line is the Prizio. I mean, obviously you get what you pay for, guys. Like we said that at the beginning of the video. We wanted to test these two lasers if there's a difference between the two for the price. And definitely there is. There's battery life, the ability to change out batteries if you needed to, the brightness of the laser. There's a vertical dot up and down, IP rated for outside versus not. So there's a lot of features you're getting for that additional money that you're gonna be paying for that Stabila German-made product versus an import, okay? So the up and down line looks pretty accurate to me, but just for giggles, let's put a tape measure. I would say it's about 1/4 inch from outside laser line to outside laser line. At the very top, it's about 1/4 inch, and that's probably about 8 feet, or 7 feet, about 7 feet tall. All you garage door guys are like, no, you're wrong, doctor. And down here, we're a little under 1/4 inch, and the Prizio's moving a little bit in the wind. We're definitely 3/16 here. We're running a 16th out. Can't remember if it was a 16th or an 8th this way, but it's a 16th vertically as well in 7 feet. They are a little bit different in their capability as far as being level. We're gonna use this dark shadow. Now this is a Stabila level, but I trust Stabila levels more than anything else. This video about the lasers, that's just about the lasers, but when I use levels to level my decks, all I use is Stabila. So that's what I have, and that's what we're gonna check this laser line with. And I know the homeowner's probably like, do not scratch my door. That looks level to me, that line. Now I'm gonna check this one, and I mean, honestly, it's only a 16th, so as long as you stay with whatever line you have, I can't tell a difference in 1/16 of an inch and 7 feet on this level. Like, my eyes aren't that good. I'd have to put my glasses on probably, and I probably still wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I guess it depends on how accurate you want to be. My review would be, if you're looking for something that's bright, accurate, and use it outside and be able to have it last more than 5 to 10 minutes without charging it, then I would definitely go with a Stabila laser level. If you're looking for the cheapest way to possibly set some tile and you don't mind hooking up an auxiliary battery to the device the whole time you're using it, then you might consider that $50 Amazon purchase. If you're only gonna use it once, you know, that might suit your needs. For bang for the buck, I'm definitely going with a Stabila. That's my 2 cents. Leave a comment below and let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Hit the bell icon to be notified when we're putting out new content. Thanks for watching this channel, and we appreciate your support, guys. Have a great day.